Now we will show you how to create a simulation in Treble. But first, we would like to bring your attention to the feedback button. Here you can either report an issue and we will receive relevant metadata to help debug the issue, or you can send us random feedback on something you like or dislike. Now we can create a simulation. Because this is our first simulation in this model, we make a new simulation. Give it a name, and if we want, we can add a description, but it is not necessary. Here we can see all our surfaces from SketchUp. Now we can assign materials to all those surfaces. We can either assign to a group of layers or to individual sublayers. Here we can also change the value of the scattering coefficient. By pressing here, we can see advanced settings for each material. Here we can see the absorption coefficient and the reflection coefficient. We can also make a new material by pressing here. Here we put in the absorption coefficients, name the material, give it a description, and then we have to select a category. Next, we can go to the sources and receivers. Here we can add new sources. We can move the sources around in the room by using the arrows. By pressing the three dots, we can see more advanced settings. For instance, we can give the source a name and see different source types. We can also insert receivers. We can move them around just like the sources by using the arrows. When we have added all the sources and receivers, we go to the settings. Here we have three different settings. First, we have the survey, but it only uses the geometrical acoustic solver. Then we have the default settings. Here we have the transition frequency and the impulse response assigned according to the geometry of the room. Then we have the advanced settings. Here we can both change the transition frequency and the impulse response length if we want to. Now we have everything ready and can press the Run button. When the simulation time has been estimated, we can start the simulation. When the simulation has started, we can minimize the Run Simulation box. Now we can add a new simulation and load the settings from the previous simulation. We give it a new name. For instance, here we are going to put a more absorbing ceiling. Here we can see that all the materials are the same, and we can change the material of the ceiling. The sources and receivers are also in the same positions, and the settings are also the same. So here we can now start a new simulation. Again, we can minimize the window if we want when the simulation has started. While the simulations are running, we can see the status of a simulation in the colored dot beside the name of a simulation. We can also show the run status and then if we go back to the space, we can see the run status here. Now we have shown you how to make a simulation, both from a new simulation and by loading an old simulation.